Hello everyone, and welcome to Louis/Info Fast Way, episode 6. At the end of episode 5, Elizabeth had just contacted Denise, and that had stopped our man from calling her. But before I tell you why, I just have to tell you that I did report that cash mule to an organisation in the UK called Action Fraud. I spent 45 minutes explaining to them while they filled in their form. I don't expect anything will happen, but at least that person's name is on record if he commits offences. Why didn't our man call Denise? A few minutes earlier, Elizabeth had contacted me and said, "Please let me call him a pathetic little hungry boy." Being the kind, caring person that I am, and not wanting to disappoint any of you, obviously, I said, "Please do." And so, she did. Our man didn't like it. So sent Denise a screenshot of where Elizabeth had said, "You're a pathetic little poor hungry boy. Leave my mother be, you illiterate moron." Why is she saying all that to me? She's chasing me away from you. Did she think I don't love you? Probably because you were too much of a wimp to accept her offer to buy your ticket. Why'd you think? I knew it will lead to this as soon as you involve her. I wanted us to be talking and make everything a surprise to them. Stop moaning like a baby. Get yourself to the airport. Honey, if what she offered was the best, I would have accepted it since she said it. But it will not be acceptable, and they won't let me leave. I know what I'm saying, dear. So what else do you suggest that doesn't involve you moaning like a baby? Well, I can't. You want to put me in trouble, and I might lost all I have for this. What else do you suggest that doesn't involve you moaning like a baby and sounds like it was written by a mature gentleman with thinking skills? Let her send the money to the address. It's still the same amount. Once the money is being received, they will call me and let me know I'll be going for my leave tomorrow. She won't send cash. I don't think she'll send money. She'll buy you a ticket. So stop arguing like a pathetic wimpish baby and get yourself to the airport. You don't want to help me. You and your daughter are playing games with me, from bank account to cash, from cash to ticket. How ridiculously unkind. She offered to buy you a ticket. Elizabeth will buy the ticket herself. Are you really too thick to understand that? Write the UN secretary and ask if they'll accept your flight, tick. No cash, no transfers. She will buy the ticket. If they do, then you can do it that way. OK? It's nothing to do with the UN once you leave the base. Then let it be. No problem. I know you didn't want to send anything. You keep waving left and right. You don't love me much, I've already know. Buy the ticket and come here so you can see things to yourself. I'm going to phone the UN myself and ask if you really have to pay for a helicopter. I don't trust that office boy. I'll get their number from their website. Go ahead, he said. I just found a contact form on their website. I'll fill it in and ask them. I'll let you know what they say. I'll show you in a minute. And then he sent another screenshot of another conversation he'd had with Elizabeth, where she'd said, "Go away, child. Mum is calling the UN right now." "Oh, so you're both together in the same place and you lied," he said. "No problem," he said. "I've messaged them on their website form," said Denise. And this is the contact form on their website. It isn't for asking questions like Denise was going to ask. I think it's for press contact. But Denise had filled it in and said, "Hello, Dr. Harold is currently working for you in Israel. He wants to take 2 weeks' leave to come and visit me in Guildford, but he tells me I'll have to pay £1,650 to get a helicopter from his base to Ben Gurion Airport. Is this right? Does he have to pay? Is there some other way he can get to the airport?" And obviously, although I filled that in on the form on their website, I didn't actually send it. "OK, let hear from them then. But believe me, you might get wrong response if not the right email. There's so many wrong ones, so be careful. Love you." "That's not an email. It's the form on the UN website," said Denise, screenshotting where it said on the UN website, un.org, and the top part of the contact form. "OK, enjoy your dinner. Your daughter is now couching you and telling you what to do and how to do. This is how people don't tell other about their relationship if they have not met their man, because one way or the other some most get you discouraged and make you lost your happiness. Verlina," he said. I think that was possibly meant to be someone's name, And in a previous video, he mentioned Verlina, but I can't find her anywhere. Who or what is Verlina? I had a reply from the UN. I think your superior is a criminal. You need to arrange the transport from your base yourself and report your superior to his own boss. And this is the email that Denise received from the United Nations, allegedly. Hello, Mrs. Singleton. The UN employs many people, so I'm unable to look up individual employees for you. But I can tell you that the UN would never charge an employee or contractor to move from their base to another location if they're taking annual leave. Who told you that this was necessary? I would suggest that you're either talking to a scammer or Dr. Harold is the victim of a scam email, incorrectly informing him that he needs to pay. I assure you that payment is never necessary, and Dr. Harold should speak to his base commander about arranging his transport on the next available helicopter. Jose Ramon Garcia, for and on behalf of the UN. How can I do this alone when I don't even have access to my bank account? My superior is not a criminal. I won't take such from you just because you got information from where I don't even know of. If you don't want to do this, then let it be. I've come to realise now that you're waving this thing from one issue to another. Well spotted, pal. Now you've finally come to the end of where you want it to be on your own. Maybe your daughter will someday bring a man for you. Good night and sweet dreams, my dear Denise. Information from where I don't even know of? That was directly from the UN, via the contact form on their website, she said, giving him a genuine link to the UN website. Don't see any point in sending this man a dodgy tracking link. We've heard his voice. It's you that's waving this thing, whatever that means, by refusing to man up, grow up like a mature doctor, and find an alternative way of getting to the airport. The UN probably have helicopters leaving your base every day. Just find one with an empty seat and use it. Or maybe it's you that's lying to me, not your superior. One of you's lying. No problem, but no way I can leave here on my own, and that's the contract policy. If you don't mind, let it be. I'd say it's a big problem. Either you're lying to me, or your superior's lying to me. Do not pay the money. I will be fine. Maybe I will find you home some day when I can. You're entitled to use any helicopter for free. To prove you wrong, the question is, are you lying and trying to steal my money? Or is your superior lying to steal my money? And in reply to her saying you're entitled to use any helicopter for free, he said that's what they told you, and I agree with you. Okay? What will your money do for him? He said in reply to her asking if it was his superior that was trying to steal our money. Awesome, she said. If you agree, then do it. And stop moaning like a baby. Do you know what he have? So you admit that it's you that's lying. Fine, thank you for everything. And you know you can leave for free. Why should I lie to you? What can your money do for me? I have no idea, but if your superior isn't, then you are, especially as you admit that you know you can leave for free. One of you's lying. You admit you know you can leave for free. Let me tell you, if I don't have much in my accounts, at least I will have more than $4 million. So I'll leave you to work out which of you's lying to me. So why on earth do you think I will need your money for me? And if you admit that you know you can leave for free, why aren't you doing it? If I have access to my bank account, I wouldn't even bother you. And if you admit that you know you can leave for free, why aren't you doing it? I want an answer, please. If you admit that you know you can leave for free, why aren't you doing it? But I don't have access to it from here, so let everything be. I can't leave for free. It's impossible. Okay, I've told you to keep your money. Whenever I complete my mission, I will go home for good. Your daughter has told me to leave you. I believe she has someone for you, so don't worry. So she screenshotted where she'd said you're entitled to use any helicopter for free, and he'd said that's what they told you. And I agree with you, okay? You admitted that you know you can leave for free, so stop lying to me. So as we both know you can fly from the base for free, I'll suggest you contact me again when you get to Ben Gurion Airport. I'll talk to you again tomorrow. Hopefully you'll have managed to get to the airport. Good night. I only say that's what I told, and I agree with you on what they told you, but it's not possible. You lied to me severely. The first one is that you can't even send photos through iPad. Now I know you can, he said to the person who'd never sent him a photo, so there's no need. I know you didn't want to do this, so do not worry. I can't lie because of 1,650. Oh, believe me, pal, you can. I'm far bigger than that. If I have access to bank account, I wouldn't even bother you. I would have sent you the money to pay for the leave, but now I don't have access, so there's no need. I have no idea what you're talking about. Are you drunk again? I can't take photos. I have a digital camera. My grandson prints my photos. I cannot send them on the iPad. I haven't sent any to you. I haven't sent any to anyone, because I cannot put printed photos on my iPad. Printed photos. Photos printed onto pieces of paper. You cannot put printed photos on an iPad. And in reply to him saying, I only said that's what they told you, and I agree with you on what they told you, she said, so you admit. Admit that you agree you don't have to pay. Admit you agree it isn't necessary to pay. Admit you agree that payment isn't required. I so regret that I have to say every single thing so many times before you read and even start to understand. I don't admit to anything. What I told you, the only way. No way I can do this on my own. They have to pay just as you were told. I've told you before. If you don't want to do it, then let be and stop asking me silly questions. Okay, he said, but by then I'd had enough of him for one evening, and so I ignored him. Denise woke up the following morning to find that Diplomat Anthony had messaged her the previous evening after she'd stopped looking. Good day, madam. Has he responded to you now? He said, because she'd emailed him a few days before, saying that she'd emailed the office boy again. Yes, he has. He gave me 2 different bank accounts, but my bank wouldn't let me send the money and they've limited my account. But I didn't believe that Dr. Harold should have to pay for his helicopter, as he's taking 2 weeks' leave from his annual allowance, so I contacted the UN directly using the contact form on their website. They told me that all UN employees and contractors get free flights from their base if they're taking leave. I'll paste their reply below. So now I don't know if Dr. Harold is lying to me when he says he needs to pay, or whether the email address his superior gave him is fake and that office boy doesn't work for the UN, which would mean his superior is lying and trying to steal my money. One of them's lying. I've shown Dr. Harold what the UN said and told him that he needs to get to Ben Gurion Airport on the next available free helicopter. Then he can contact me from the airport and my daughter will purchase a flight ticket for him. This is what the UN said to me, she said, and pasted that email below. And so Denise contacted our man and said, Diplomat Anthony has contacted me, so I've explained to him that either you're lying or your superior is lying, because the UN clearly told me that you don't have to pay to use the helicopter from your base. I've told him that you should contact me once you get to Ben Gurion. Also, you keep telling me about your contract. I'd like to see a copy of it, please. And so they got into another argument, and I admit I was enjoying winding him up. I was in the zone, and I was having way too much fun. Already you have trust issues, so why should I send you a copy of the paper or document for my contract? I've told you several times, do not talk to me about the leave any more. I've already forgotten about it all, so let it be. I'm not going to send you the copy for the fact that you have this big trust issues in you. You and your daughter should go away and leave me alone. Have a good day. I think that confirms that our trust issues are valid. If your claims were genuine, you'd have no problem validating them. I'm beginning to wonder if it's you that's been lying to me, not your superior. Is it? Whatever! But stop right now, me! Why are you so reluctant to get the free helicopter to the airport? I'm guessing there's at least one a day. I don't care any more about you and the leave, and I'm not sending you anything. Acting like a bad-tempered toddler doesn't explain why you won't get the free helicopter. I've just said I don't want this anymore. Please leave me alone. So you lied to me, and now you're acting like a spoiled boy who needs his mummy. I'm not explaining anything to you. You can't explain why you won't get the free helicopter. You don't deserve my explanation, said our man who couldn't think of one. Because there's no good reason. So, off and goodbye. What a nice man. Not. Your daughter will give you a man bye. Now I can see what kind of man you really are. A rude, bad-tempered, immature liar. It was you that lied, wasn't it? Not your superior. I expect there are drivers as well as helicopters that'll take you away from the camp. Whatever. Exactly. You're a liar. You tried to steal my money, and there's probably even a bus you can use. I'm not going to explain or tell you anything more about the leave. Stop writing me now. Maybe I should block you right away. And to think Elizabeth even offered to buy your plane ticket. I'll tell the diplomat that it was you that lied. Maybe he can get you sacked and sent home. I'm sure you'll get free transport then. You can't decide on my coming. If you and your daughter are not stupid, you would have known how painful it is for you both not to understand. Not understand that you lied? We understand that very well. If you buy the ticket, they won't let me leave, and that's it. So if you're not sending the money, then forget about the whole thing. You're very stupid to call me a liar just because of 1,650. There are free helicopters you can use. Stop lying to me. The UN told me they're free. Look, you need to get off my back. Free. No payment required. Free. You don't need to pay. Free. You can use any one that you choose. Then tell them to send someone to you since it's free. You need to stop lying and get yourself to the airport. You know nothing. I won't. The question is, why are you lying? And why won't you go to the airport? So, off. At least you admit you won't stop lying. I don't understand why you won't just go to the airport. If you're not stupid, you would have known it not allow, instead of behaving like a rude, bad-tempered toddler. If you weren't so stupid, you'd read the email I had from the UN. They will need to pay for everything after receiving payment and vet it. The real UN, from the real contact form on their real website, is free. No payments required. No payments needed. You do not have to pay. There are many contacts on the website, you idiots. It's free, gratis, complimentary. That's what you don't know. Please explain why you won't get the free helicopter to the airport. Are the seats uncomfortable? Are you too much of a snob to fly with other people? Do you have too much luggage to fit in a regular helicopter? Or maybe you're a scaredy cat and you're afraid of flying. That's it, isn't it? You're scared of flying and you really want the money to pay a private chauffeur. He tried video calling her, but I was in the kitchen. Pick the call. I think I need to address something to you. Now what do you want? And so he sent her a series of photographs of a man with different cars. Take a look at me. Do I look like a hungry man to you? You mean you can use those to get from the base? If I have access to my bank, I would have cleared your doubts since yesterday by coming on my own. You can't use them, so why did you send me lots of photos of cars? Idiot! I took those photos when I was home. Then I have no contract. I was enjoying myself then. Idiot! You don't need access to your bank to get a free ride on a helicopter. Don't you know what free means? No payment required. Changed your mind about calling? I think you've forgotten something. Need to remind you. Hold on, said our man, nipping off to get his mate. No, I haven't. I know what free means. It means you don't have to pay. No money's required. Get yourself to the airport and call me from there. And so his mate found one of those standard copy and paste paragraphs. I would like to make video call with you, but we're not allowed to make video calls here in the base due to the undercover mission we're here for, and are not expected to disclose our identity to anyone for security and safety reasons. Hope you understand. But I can send you my photo if only you can promise to keep it safe and confidential with you, because if my superiors should confirm about me sending out my photo to the outside of our base, I will be jailed for life. The Taliban terrorists in Afghanistan, Syria, Israel, and they hack our computer to collect information to track us down here, and so if anyone sends you a request using my photo, don't accept him. Hope you understand. You must have forgotten about that, and it means our old age is making you not think well. I never said I wanted to make a video call. It's you that keeps starting video calls, not me. I haven't forgotten that. It's your age that seems to have made you forget it. Because it's you that keeps starting them, not me. Just call me on audio call. Audio call only when you get to the airport. What you hear from the site is just a guidance to protect people from being scammed in the name of the UN. Even if you write to the website 100 times, they won't tell you the main thing. Get yourself to the airport and call me from there, she said 3 times. So you don't have to worry. The trust issues is too much. I've said it 3 times in the hope you can understand. Get yourself to the airport and call me from there. I can't give you any copy of my contract document. Call me on audio call from the airport. Then wait till that happen. Awesome. Call me an audio call from the airport. Wait till that happen. Obviously. You didn't even buy the card I requested for, said our man, suddenly remembering that he'd asked for an Apple card. How long will it take to get there? Do you? I'm sure we agreed weeks ago that Elizabeth told me I mustn't buy you gift cards, and you assured me you wouldn't ask. Call me an audio call from the airport. I don't know. I will just go and get my luggage ready after work. If they let me leave, I will leave. How long will it take to get there? Okay. But I need it now. My connection might go off, and I might not be able to reach you at the airport. It's almost finished now. That's tough. Then I'll never know if you've got to the airport or not. What a shame. So try and get me the card. Let me top it before evening. I'm sure they have free Wi-Fi at airports these days. Will I still have it till I get there? And I know they have Wi-Fi on planes because Lola uses it. I have no idea. We'll find out, won't we? Free Wi-Fi is just for a particular bad ground. I have no idea what a bad ground is. Are you buying it or not? Free Wi-Fi is not in everywhere. No. Elizabeth told me not to, and you agreed you wouldn't ask. Stop arguing like a baby and get to the airport. Imagine! Then let her give you a man. You're the baby idiot. How can I reach you when I leave here? I'm sure you'll find a way. You don't even think deep. You're a mature, resourceful man. You believe in Elizabeth. Stop arguing. How long will it take to get there? Stop arguing. She might tell you to divorce me after our marriage, and you will still do it. Stop arguing. That is how fools behave. And get to the airport. Go away. Get to the airport. I don't want to talk to you again until you're at Ben Gurion. I can't leave here with empty phone and no money in my pocket for food, so leave me alone. You don't think straight. I don't want to talk to you again till you're at Ben Gurion. Make a sandwich and take it with you. If you send the money to them, they would have paid for the flight, and I will have confirmation on the phone from it, and food too on the way. I don't want to talk to you again until you're at Ben Gurion. I didn't reply to her saying, make a sandwich and take it with you. He said, now I know you're very useless. I hate you. Contact me again when you get there. Goodbye for now. Then, deep breaths, ladies and gentlemen, and I admit that if this was actually said to a genuine victim, it could be very upsetting. But it had me in such hysterics that it took me ages to even be able to read it out for you. Goodbye, old fuse. Wait till you die. Our furious man, by then, was having trouble containing himself, and so he thought he'd have a go at Elizabeth. You're the most annoying woman, he texted her. Maybe you want to marry your own mother, or maybe you want your man to marry her, plus you, idiot. All you do is to spoil people's happiness and end relationships that has been built. God will not forgive you. Having called Denise an old fuse and saying goodbye, our man was back 3 hours later with a screenshot from her Facebook page with 4 names on it. Those are some of the people you trust, he said. Wait for them to come to you. I don't trust any of them, said Denise. They're all scammers that sent me friend requests. I think they're all Nigerian scammers. I'm not quite sure how he saw those, because Denise's friends are private. And you have them on your Facebook. Why don't you block them? I probably have blocked most of them. I'll go and look. And so I did. Brian Skillstat was an illiterate idiot. He could barely read, she said, sending a screenshot of where she'd said to him, are you unable to read? He sent lots of laughing faces. Oh my goodness. Cook Kingsley I was talking to in August. He couldn't even type anything sensible. Where's he from? They're all from Nigeria. Denise, I can't find William Addison. I expect his fake account has gone. And Eric Walton's also disappeared. They were all brainless idiots. Oh my God! Is there white Nigerians? He asked. Idiot! They were using stolen photos. How stupid are you? And I expect there are white people in Nigeria. I was confused, because I know Africans are black. There are black people in the UK and US. It's an international world these days. You should know. You work for the UN. I know they're in United States too. Everywhere. I saw some in Australia and some countries where I visited before. Have you managed to pack your luggage yet? There are people of all colours everywhere. Do you have a problem with that? Not yet, honey. How long will it take to get there? Do you know? I need to finish work for the day first. Once I close, I will park the luggage. I just hope it works, because I've never done it this way before. And then he remembered he was trying to be a gift card scammer. I hope you'll be going to get me the card soon. I really need it to stay on when I leave this vicinity. When you get to the airport. When I get to the airport is when you will send me the card? Yes. This is really unfair. You're just treating me like I'm not important, or can't just stay connected on phone when I'm on the way. What? You really see me as a baby, just as Elizabeth said. Just get back to work. You said you have to finish work, so stop moaning like a baby and go and do some work. If they let me leave you and you don't send the card on time, I will not leave. Stop having tantrums like a toddler. Then assure me the card will be ready before I finish work. I said I'll get you the card when you reach the airport. I don't blame you, old fuse, he said, again, in reply to her saying, stop having tantrums like a toddler. Stop having tantrums like a toddler, she said again. You need to get it now, so I can have my connection before leaving here. OFGS, go and finish work and get packed. I don't blame you, he said, again, in reply to her saying, stop having tantrums like a toddler, again. I'll talk to you again when you're at the airport. I will, and I will be waiting for the card, else I will not leave here. Once I get ready to leave, I will need to make sure my connection intact. You can't put me on the road without connection. They don't bother because I will not make a move if you don't send it. Oh, diddums, baby's having a tantrum and throwing his toys out of the pram. Grow up. I'll talk to you again when you're at the airport. How long will it take you to get there? Ask me that when you send the card. OK, well, tell me when you get there. Goodbye for now. Denise went offline for a while, but of course, 5 hours later, I couldn't resist because I really was in the zone and I really was having fun with this guy. And believe me, when you see episode 7, you'll realise that it was worth it. Have you managed to get to the airport yet? She goaded him. You must be very stupid to think I will leave here offline. What do you take me for? I can't leave you without having connection on my phone. So get off my back, idiot. Oh, you need a connection to get on a bus or into a car or onto a helicopter. Do the Wi-Fi waves magically levitate you onto the helicopter? You must be very stupid to think I'll send you an Apple card before you get to the airport. But I guess you don't really want one, or need one. Was that another lie? I'm not leaving here if I don't have my phone on point. You can't tell me how to live my life. You're old and you can take any risk if your life is not value to you. How can I communicate with you without internet connection? If you're not stupid, you would have known I will need money in my pocket too, but you're so stinging that you can't even let me have any dime on me while leaving here. Besides, how am I going to eat on that long journey? Look, stop disturbing you. You make me pack my luggage, hoping you will send me something before nightfall. You expect me to just go on a journey with nothing in me? You're very wicked and selfish. Keep listening to your daughter, or both. You both are so full of shit. Can she travel without money on her hand? And you too, you old idiot. Can you travel without money in your pocket? If that's how you travel on a long journey, I don't travel like that. So leave me alone and off. Do not connect me again after this night, idiot. And you must be very stupid to think I'll leave here without money on my hand and connection on my phone. Do not write me again. How childish. You make a sandwich and take it with you. How long does it take to fly from your base to the airport? Or are you saying Mummy didn't teach you how to make a sandwich? If you speak nicely to the base cooks, they might make you a packed lunch to take with you, so you don't starve on the ever so long 2-hour flight, or however long it's going to take. Oddly enough, people used to leave home every day of their lives without a phone before mobile phones were invented. Somehow they managed to board a helicopter without needing the help of a phone. They used their legs. So if you've packed your luggage, all you have to do is get to the airport. Even you can manage that. Meanwhile, Denise had received a message request from Liliana B. Smith, who'd introduced herself by saying, "Hello, how are you?" "I'm fine, thanks." "That's good to hear. You look beautiful, ma'am. Where are you from?" "Hello." "Excuse me, what a strange thing to say." "Oh, pardon my manner, but I can see your photo on your profile. You look beautiful, just like my mother." "If you say so. Can I help you with something?" "Really? You want to help me?" "No, I'm just wondering why you contacted me." "Oh, I only wanted to chat. Maybe I can be your friend." "I doubt it." "But why? What do you think?" "Hello, ma'am." "Oh, go away. He. So you don't like making friends with female? We can share business ideas, and I can help you to earn more every week if you're not working or retired. I don't like crypto scammers. Goodbye," said Denise. "And if you're wondering why on earth I've included that, at the end of our man. And what happened next? Well, there really is only one way to find out, because I'm not telling you now. You're going to have to watch episode 7. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, you know what to do. Please like it, please share it, please comment down below, please subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you again in the very interesting episode 7